It might not look like it today, but the winter season is rapidly approaching, and many of us are starting to think about indoor cycling and how we're going to stay motivated through the cooler months. Behind me is the Bwlch, one of my favourite climbs from when at university, and see just how the latest augmented reality indoor cycling apps compare to the real deal. I'm going to be riding it on both. If there's no sheep on Rouvy, then it's getting a 0 for accuracy. For me, nothing beats the feeling of getting out on the bike and smashing my mates up some climbs, but the short days and bad weather of the looming British winter make getting out on the bike that little bit harder. However, I know that I have to do something if I want to stand a chance next spring, so it's almost inevitable that I'm going to be living it up in my garage trying to find a way of making staring at a wall more interesting. Not everyone wants to combine their training with gaming, preferring a more realistic experience, and Rouvy promises to do just that with over 1,000 real routes, including 57 here in the UK. That totals more than 15,000 kilometres of augmented routes. Now I feel very sorry for whoever had to count that. That much road will certainly keep me occupied for quite some time. I've had a look through those routes and selected one of my favourite climbs from when at university in Swansea. But I won't just be doing it on the turbo. Oh no, I'm going to be seeing just how realistic these routes are by riding in real life as well. How will my times compare, and will the climb be any easier or harder in the virtual world? I'm someone who has traditionally hated indoor cycling, but here I am making a video about indoor cycling apps because the last decade has seen a complete revolution in indoor cycling, which certainly makes it a much less mind-numbing affair. Today's route of choice is the Bwlch climb, located in the Welsh valleys, and it's very scenic when it's not raining like today. It's just over 7.5k long. It's got an average gradient of about 5% and a maximum gradient of 14%. That comes just after the start. Then we've got a bit of a break, it kicks up again, and then a flat bit to the finish. Obviously, I can see what's coming when on the turbo, but thanks to the on-screen display. When it comes to Rouvy, all you need is a device to run the application on, which could be a phone, computer, tablet, and a turbo trainer. This can be a top-of-the-range smart trainer or a dumb trainer combined with a speed sensor. For the most realistic ride feel, I'd recommend a smart trainer, as when you ride, the resistance changes make the climbs feel like the real deal, and hence you get that road-like experience right from your home. Rouvy can also sync with various cycling sensors such as power meters or heart rate monitors to provide accurate performance data during your rides. I used to struggle with staring at a wall for over an hour or so when indoor riding, but these days there's clearly a lot more going on. I have the option to choose either Just Ride, which is a free ride at my own pace on one of the many routes, or Time Trial, which allows me to race against the clock and against others while seeing live Strava segments. So like going for the com on Strava, there are route records for each route, which helps to give me a bit of an incentive. I think they're a bit out of my reach, but it still adds to the sense of achievement when I reach the summit. If you're really keen, Rouvy has workouts, challenges, group rides and races, providing you with the opportunity to get competitive, which might make you faster quicker. Rouvy uses real-life video footage from actual routes, which enhances the visual experience and does really help you make you feel like you're there. It's a good, smooth video quality, and the video footage is combined with elevation data. Despite it being harder to get the same visual perspective on the climb through a video, when combined with the automatic resistance from my smart turbo, it really is just as hard with realistic climbing sensations. You can race through the French Alps or tackle the famous Sacalobra climb in Mallorca, giving you an immersive experience of riding in different locations and the same picturesque views as if you were riding right there. I can also make use of erg mode to set a specific target power output, meaning my smart turbo will automatically adjust the resistance to maintain this power level. This is particularly good for structured training and interval sessions, and means you can zone out, not having to worry about traffic and other users, and just focus on the effort whilst taking in the real life scenery as you go up the climb. While Rouvy provides realistic gradient simulation based on the virtual route you're riding, it's difficult to create a truly accurate wind simulation indoors, so there's no headwind or tailwind on the turbo, which could be for better or worse, but you can always stick a fan on to help you feel a bit of a breeze on your face. Now that I've finished my ride, I can upload it straight to Training Peaks and Strava for more analysis of those all-important stats. Right, now time to do it outside and see how my time compares to Rouvy. Fortunately, I picked a nice day, but if you're a fair weather cyclist like me, outdoor rides are subject to the weather conditions, and even if I start in the dry, the weather could take a turn for the worst at any point. Going up to Bwlch today, I'm on my own with the company of only the occasional sheep at the roadside. But if I was inside on Rouvy, there are overlays of virtual riders that I can draft, which adds to both the competitive and social aspect of indoor training. You can also ride on Rouvy at the same time as your mates if you choose the same route. Since Rouvy effectively recreates the routes, it may be useful as preparation for a future sportif or Gran Fondo, allowing you to become familiar with the terrain, elevation changes and key features so that you can practice your pacing and strategy. Though for some of you, you might be more comfortable moving around on your bike outside on the road, but setting up your bike up properly and optimizing your training space indoors will mean you can get the most out of Rouvy. So, as expected, I was slightly slower out on the road actually riding up the Bwlch. I think I lost most of my time on the long drag in the middle, and that's not been because of the headwind. I think that was just because my head went. It was just a bit relentless and there wasn't much sort of going on to motivate me. Whereas on Rouvy, you can set up a pacing partner and you can see the elevation that's coming, which helps keep me motivated. Whereas in the real world, I can see this looming straight, not really knowing where I am on the climb, and then my power drops. In a controlled indoor environment, it's much easier to maintain that consistent effort. Even on a weekday like today, there's still quite a lot of traffic about, and there was indeed a few close passes on my way up. Now, I'm not going to get them indoors on the turbo. For me, the one thing that pushes me the most is racing other people, and on Rouvy I can do that. And of course, there's sheep on both, so top marks Rouvy. At the moment, you can try before you buy with a 14-day free trial before deciding which length of subscription you want. And we've been told there are some exciting new updates expected soon. Where are your favourite places to ride, and which ones will you be trying out on Rouvy? Let us know in the comment section below, and if you found this video interesting, then please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.